Greg O'Shea, are you a milkman? We're here for the National Dairy Council today. You always been a big fan of the glass of milk?
Yeah, I actually am. Sure, being an Irishman, you have to be a fan of milk. My mother had me on it since I was a little baby, and with the protein shakes now and everything, milk's a big part of my diet.
And we're doing a bit of coaching and a bit of training as well for this campaign.
We are, so everything starts with Milk EU campaign, and National Dairy Council are running it locally here, and we have King's Hospital, so I'm going training the fourth-year girls, so I can't wait for it now.
A bit of rugby sevens, is it?
I'm going to show them rugby sevens. They play 15s, but I'm going to show them my discipline and show them sevens, so hopefully they enjoy it.
Now, before all this Love Island lark that made you a world star, you were a handy rugby player and you're a sevens player.
Yeah, so rugby is my first love, and that's probably why the ITV got onto me and they got me onto Love Island, was because of all that stuff. And I ended up going on the show, winning it, but I couldn't get home quick enough back to the boys, and we're trying to get to Olympics this year, so that's the big goal for me right now.
There is still a chance of Tokyo.
There is still a chance. So we have the Olympic representative in June, and it's the best 12 teams left in the world that haven't qualified yet. There's one spot up for grabs, and whoever wins that in June is going to the Olympics. So hopefully it's us, fingers crossed.
And who do you have in your group?
So there's teams from all over the country, all over the world, but our biggest competitors are France and Samoa, and there's other teams like Chile and in it, but it will come down to that. But like sevens is such a quick game, and one bounce of a ball and you could lose the match. So we need to be ready to go for June.
Sevens always seems to me to be a lot more fun than regular rugby in ways.
100%. It's a big goal of mine is to get sevens out there and get people to know about sevens, because it's really entertaining. My sisters and my mother much prefer me playing sevens because it's only 14-minute games. They only have to concentrate for 14 minutes rather than full 80. So if people don't know it, get out there, watch sevens. It's really entertaining. Loads of tries, faster, and it's just great crack.
And physically probably not as arduous.
As in running volume, it's much more difficult because you're basically sprinting for 14 minutes, but it's not as attritional, so there's not massive hits, but there's more running around. But I love it, absolutely love it.
The Fijians obviously were the world stars of sevens rugby. Do you think it's a little bit low-key in this country? Like, we're talking about the Six Nations at the moment, and sevens hardly mentioned.
Yeah, people don't really notice sevens because it's only our first year on the World Series, and Ireland's 15s team is tier 1, they're one of the best teams in the world, so we had to get the sevens up to that level, and now we're there, so we have to just keep performing and doing well in the world, and hopefully people will start picking up and watching it, and it's a really enjoyable sport. I love it. I don't see myself ever really going back to 15s because sevens is so much fun.
Love Island, how much did it change your life? I was asking about Instagram there, before Love Island and after Love Island.
Yeah, so it's weird enough, I've kind of gone back into my old life, and that was always a decision for me because I've spent my entire adult life pursuing rugby and pursuing my law and everything, and I wasn't just going to throw it all away because I'm overnight celebrity. So it's great. I've commercial deals, like I'm here at National Dairy Council for the EU campaign now. I've other things going on with like Lions of Limerick and Samsung, but my main thing is to play rugby with my mates, get to Olympics, and hopefully in time become a solicitor as well. So life has changed, but it hasn't as well. Do you know what I mean?
I was speaking to Shane Lowry after he won the Open. I was speaking to him around Christmas time for Off the Ball, and the one thing he told me that changed is that he's walking down the street and people are like looking at him and recognising him, and he found that a bit of an adjustment. I'd say it's the same for you, is it?
That's it. I literally only got home last night from Sydney, and I was walking down the street in Sydney and people are recognising me and stopping me. Same in New Zealand, same in Cape Town and Dubai. So Love Island just was huge, and I'm only on to realising the enormity of it, that people all over the world are recognising me. But everyone's just lovely. Everyone just wants to chat or a photo, and it's really lucky, and I loved it, but I'm really focused on what I'm doing right now with rugby, and future will be law, so we'll see what happens.
Does it make you a little bit more guarded?
It does. It kind of makes me, what word I'd put on it is filtered, like, do you know what I mean? I just kind of have to watch that I don't go around cursing on the street or something like that, or do you know what I mean? But I've been brought up well by my parents, and I have my principle and my manners, so it's great.
You don't mind the tabloids or the celebrity columns talking about love interest and all that kind of thing? Part of the deal?
That's all part and parcel of it, and I definitely got a bit of stick when I decided to not remain with Amber and do the whole London lifestyle, but that's all part of it, and I'm happy, and I wish her the absolute best. But yeah, people have more interest in my love life now than they did 6 months ago.
And you still talk to Maura? She was great crack.
Maura is the best. Oh my God, she's one of the best characters I've ever met in my life, and she's exactly what she's like in person than she is on camera. Like, it's amazing, and she's flying it now with the Strictly and the whole thing. So mad woman, and absolutely love her.
We've just had Kevin Kilban on Dancing on Ice. He's not off the ball, and he's now getting engaged.
Yeah.
Like it's a pretty lucrative circuit.
Yeah, he proposed to his missus last night, wasn't it? That's mad. Yeah, delighted for him. Best of luck, Kevin.
Brilliant, Greg. Ireland, Scotland, Ireland, Wales. Are you following this closely?
The Six Nations, yeah, of course I am, sure. They got on well against Scotland. They're getting a little bit of stick for people saying they didn't perform too well, but all it is about getting the win, and it's the first match out of 5, like, so they're putting in such good work out in Blanchardstown, our new facilities out there, and I'm looking forward to seeing the rest couple of games.
What's your kind of style of rugby? I mean, what did you grow up watching and loving? Was it, the Barbarians? Was it, Ireland under, Eddie O'Sullivan and Rog and all that kind of thing? What was your kind of go-to players and heroes when you're growing up in Limerick?
Yeah, it's a great question. My favourite kind of players would have been the likes of Dougie Howlett and Jason Robinson, and even closer to that would be like Simon Zebo, those kind of flary lads. Even though I wouldn't be as flary as them, they were just such inspirations. But then another one I kind of try to mould myself off professional-wise is Felix Jones. Like, his work rate on and off the pitch is just so admirable, and I tried to kind of mold myself to him. He's a great lad, and now he's a great coach. So those kind of guys are fellas I looked up to.
You're not surprised he made it with South Africa?
Not at all. Like, he's like, his work ethic, he could go into any job anywhere in the world and he'd excel. He's just one of those guys who just puts in the work. Very talented, very, very smart.
Are you confident about our chances against Wales?
I am, and a lot of people aren't, but I think our 15 side are just incredible, and they're putting in so much work, and people need to kind of just keep supporting them and realise that they're putting in the work. New coach, new systems, like, it's tough. It's not that easy to change like that. Andy Farrell's now running a good ship out there, and I think they'll go well against Wales. Why
do you think that is the criticism? Is it maybe a little bit of a hangover after Japan?
I think there's a bit of that, yeah. People aren't too happy with how we get on in Japan, but like, that's over. It's in the past, and I know a lot of the 15s lads. I'm kind of mates with them, and they're all working so hard. And I think we just need to support them and realise they're going to get on well, and they have a good bunch of lads.
And like, even we were hearing from Ian Henderson and Cian Healy yesterday that it seems to be a lot of fun at the camp at the moment. People are enjoying it.
Yeah, they're laughing, joking, and I was only chatting to a couple of them, and the atmosphere in camp they have is really good. And I love the way they've kind of brought in a few development players, so like Robert Balakoon and Will Connors and Ryan Baird and people like that. So they're building for the future as well. So it's great feeling out in that Ireflew base in Blanchardstown.
Were you a Munster? Were you a Thomond Park man on the terraces when you were a young lad? Were you at the miracle matches?
Yeah, some of my earliest memories of rugby are sitting in Old Thomond Park. Do you know, we used to be able to sit in the wall and run onto the pitch. And I remember running on and running up to Ronan O'Gara after we played against Sale. I'll never forget it. So it's those kind of memories that made me fall in love with Munster and fall in love with rugby. And unfortunately, I haven't got any senior professional caps for Munster, but I have my Irish Sevens caps, and I'm proud of them, and I'll wear them on my heart.
Has it flickered into your mind, Greg, about walking past that Irish flag in Tokyo?
Oh man, it's the pinnacle of sport. Like, you can't get higher than the Olympics, and we've one tournament to win now to join the hockey women over in Tokyo, and it'd be great for the country, like, and it'd be really good for Sevens. People get behind us now, like they got behind the hockey women, and hopefully we can do it.
And just to finish, Greg, how do you keep yourself in shape? Are you got a regimented routine, lots of milk, and are you a man who can avoid the treats?
Yeah, so I wouldn't eat any sweets or anything like that, and a big part of my diet is milk. So I put in my protein shakes, my cereal, a glass of milk even with your dinner is great for lads, smaller lads like me, just to put bulk on. So it's definitely a big part of my diet. And as I got older and smarter, I realised how important nutrition is. So everyone out there, milk's a good part of your diet, and just eat well, stay away from those sweets, and you'll get on well.
Greg O'Shea, you're an absolute gentleman to speak off the ball, and all I can say to you is best of luck in the repechage and up Limerick.
Up Limerick, yes. Go on to Treaty City.
Good gentleman. Thank you so much.
Sir.
Good gent.
Yeah, thank you.
Might just get a photo, actually.
Yeah.